Hi. Hi, I'm Cara, and I'm here today to talk to you about IVF Alternative. We were married in 2001, and I was 38, and my husband was 42. And we tried to get pregnant as soon as we got married and tried consecutively till I was 45. And I had two miscarriages. At that time, we were told that IVF was what we needed to do. I am in the healthcare field, and I had done extensive research on who to go see in the city that we lived in, had seen the top physicians in our city, and made the decision to go overseas to have our procedure because it was really much less than having it here in the United States. What we decided to do is make that journey in November of 2008. My husband was working overseas at the time anyways, and flew over to the Czech Republic from where he was in Europe and made the deposit of sperm. And then he came home and told us that the clinic, Reprofit, and the physician that we were going to use, who was Dr. Stefan Mack, was excellent. He was very pleased with the clinic. It was very clean and organized. The staff was wonderful, and he said, this is where we need to be. So I decided to go with a friend of mine, and we flew over in November 2008. But before that all happened, Mag had done a wonderful job in setting us up with a packet for our travel that involved all the hotels that you could go to and different sightseeing you could do. So it really was like a vacation instead of just getting a procedure to have a child, which was our lifelong dream. We flew over on my husband's mileage and stayed in the city of Brno, and we were met by Ava, and she was the coordinator at that time there, and she was wonderful. She picked us up at the airport, took us to our hotel, and really was there during every step and process through this journey. The main thing I wanted to say about our journey is that I had taken medication to produce eggs, and when I got there were no eggs. So we were extremely disappointed, but Dr. Mack said, we can work with this. He was very positive. We had to wait for my uterine lining to come up and be increased, and at that point we might be able to use a donor. I had to call my husband, who was overseas in another country working, and ask him if that was what he would wanted to do, and he said absolutely. We didn't really think twice about it, and I had family support behind us. So what we decided to do is go with the donor, and I was lucky. It was really a pure miracle that this was all happening on that trip. Most of the time when you use a donor, you have to be matched up, and it takes some time. They found a match for me, and we started the process. My friend and I actually went to Vienna to do some sightseeing while the donor was prepared, the donor egg. And then I had two other friends fly in to the Czech Republic, and we met them in Prague and did some more sightseeing while the egg and the sperm were put together. And during that process, they call you and they let you know everything that's going on. So what we did is we went back to Brno, and Ava met us, and it was me and three of my friends, and Dr. Mack said that everything looked great. He did put 2 eggs in, and the process was started. And he absolutely was positive about the whole situation. He said that you're pregnant. And I learned 14 days later that I was indeed pregnant. And we have our son named Zane, and Zane is 3 years old. Okay. IVF Alternative is a company that is absolutely true to itself in everything that they do. I had many questions about the process and the clinic, and they answered everything for me, and they never got tired of answering my questions. I flew home. I had a normal pregnancy and a normal birth. I had my son on August 11th of 2009 via C-section, and he is 3 now. And at that point, after he was born, we knew that we wanted to do this again. We knew we wanted another child, and we knew we wanted to go with IVF Alternative. I had my son, and the following November, my husband was able to go with me, and in that following November, we went to the Czech Republic again. We had a different coordinator, and Sue was helping us from California before, and then we had a different coordinator when we got over there, and her name was Barbara. And it was more of I knew what to expect, so I was a little bit more relaxed about this trip. I flew right into Prague, and my husband met me, and it was really more of a trip for both of us. And we did a lot of sightseeing, and at the very end, I was only having to be there for about 10 days. We went, and I had my procedure with Dr. Mack, and again, he put in 2 eggs, and I had prepared myself with all the medication that they had prescribed. And I was pregnant again with our second son, who was born July 19th, 2011, and his name is Zaid. And the major process of IVF Alternative is what I think from a healthcare professional standpoint was that they were there with me throughout the whole situation by phone, or they had somebody there to answer any questions. The physicians and the staff at Reprofit were excellent, and I would highly recommend them to anyone. I have no doubt of their abilities. I mean, I was very, very impressed. And at the time, I also involved my OBGYN here, and she was on board from the very beginning, and I thought that was important, that she take the time to know what was going on with me and know the process. The Czech Republic is a beautiful country, and it has many things to offer as far as getting to see the area and all the different food and all the different types of people that are there. And it was really a wonderful experience, and I really enjoyed myself with my friends and with my husband. I really encourage you all to make your dreams come true. We're going to introduce you to my husband and my children, and think through the process. If we had not gone and done this, we would not be having children at this point, and our lives would not be enriched with them. I wanted to introduce you to my family, and this is our first son. His name is Zane Razak. And I want to introduce you to my second son and my husband. And this is my husband, Ahmed, and my other son, Zaid Razak. And Zaid is almost 16 months old, and Zane is 3 years old.
So this is Z-A-I-N or Z-A-I-N, and this is Z-A-Y-D. Hi.
Hello.
So this is the happy result with IVF Alternative, and we're so appreciative to all the doctors, nurses, Meg and her staff that helped us, Ava and Barbara and Sue, our coordinators. And we really appreciate their time and their struggles with us. They did a wonderful job answering all of our questions, and we're very lucky to have our family. Thanks for giving us this opportunity to talk with you all today.
Okay, say bye.
Bye.
Bye.